Greetings, this is Scholar Saunders Singh. What's current? Now you can notice I'm wearing a little bit of a different ensemble. I'm wearing, Christmas colors, the red and green, and there's a little strip of gold, and that's what makes the tie make it pop. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Kevin Hart. It's the downfall of the black man. It's the downfall of the black man. The black man's downfall is currently in motion. Not to any fault of real niggas that hold it down, that are true, that are real. But it just seems like there's a target on the back of black men in social media, entertainment, politics, different things like that. And Kevin Hart just seems to be on the receiving end. He's got allegations against him. I'm spilling the wine this time with Tasha K. How's that? I'm looking at what's the lyrics for that? Spill that wine, take that girl pearl. Spill the wine, take that pearl. By War, classic song from 1970. So gotta respect that. Respect to Rick James, he was the first one in here. I respect the fact that he came in so early. I got 3 people on so far, 4 likes. I like that a lot. My whole family says salute to the ruler. Yes, I appreciate that. Tell your whole family Merry Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that good stuff. Happy Kwanzaa. If you celebrate Kwanzaa. I shouldn't be laughing because, Kwanzaa has some serious, besides the mysticism, besides all that, they have the economic structure, getting, make sure you not just get paid by a company, but you own your own, recipe, not a piece of the pie, but you own the whole recipe. That's the whole goal of life. You don't want the recipe. Like late great Paul Mooney once said, you don't just want the piece of the pie. You want the whole. He said effing recipe. So that's why I'll give credit for people that organize Kwanzaa. I think it was like 54 years ago. I think it was like in 1969 or something like that. A doctor came up with it. But anyway, I don't want to stray too far away. Kevin Hart allegedly cheated on his wife, got his personal jet flight attendant pregnant. This is all allegations. This is not facts. This is all spilling the wine from Tasha K interviewing Miesha. I think that was Tasha K. It might have been somebody else. I'm not even sure if that was Tasha K. But she was interviewed on her platform. Miesha is the girl. So I think it's messy. It's real messy. So okay, so it was Tasha K. Okay, so it was her. I missed what she looked like, but it doesn't appear that Miesha has a last name. They're just going by Miesha, so she's Big Mish. She is claiming that Hart was, quote, a serial adulterer and went as far as to pull up the Instagram of an Instagram model she claimed to have told Hart's wife that Hart was cheating with. Furthermore, Miesha claimed that Hart had gotten a regular steward on his private jet pregnant. Close quote. So I said flight attendant. I think that's the proper now. It's like when people say third world and they mean developing country. They don't go by, stewardess or, anything like that. Steward or stewardess. They go by flight attendant. That's the politically correct way to say it. Just like you don't say third world country or second world country. You say developing nation. So you have to have that. You have to have that whole difference. You have to have that, separated and differentiated. But Kevin Hart, he's coming off of injuries. They talked about what happened below. He talks about what happened below his belt. He said his tool looks like a thumb, and that his his genitals, his other genitals got very big. He was trying to do a 40-yard dash, run, and everything went wrong. That was earlier this year, and it just seems like he's winning and losing at the same time. Chase didn't drop him. See, that's what that people get messed up. He might not have been able to host the Oscars. So what? I'm getting that money from Chase Bank. That's big business right there. If he's getting those deposits from Chase, then that's definitely a boon to him. And he's still getting roles. He's getting movie roles. He plays himself in every movie. I agree with my sister about that. He does. There's a few movies where the more serious movies he's had, like Father's Day, and the film he had with was Bryan Cranston. He played a different role in those titles, so it was a different kind of experience. But messy, messy, messy. I'm spilling the tea. I'm spilling the wine because it's unwine with Tasha K. So I'm spilling the wine. Take that pearl. Just like that war song. That's what I'm doing. I'm spilling the wine. I didn't want to do it. That's what I saw. I said, "Ooh, that seems real special." "Ooh, no, honey." "Uh-huh, honey." They say, "Oh no." That's what the Mr. Troy Star Terrain says. He'd be like, "Oh no, honey." But I say, "Uh-huh, honey." when I see it wasn't anything homosexual on Kevin Hart's part that I know of. It was mainly heterosexual sex outside his marriage. I think he was married before and then got a divorce, and I think he got remarried, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about that. But he may have repatched it because he did cheat on at least one of his wives. Maybe not the current one, but the previous one or the current one. And he's been going through the ringer through all that. Not pun, not intended. He had a movie called The Ringer. Yeah. So it's hunting season for black men. They're taking down Diddy, TD Jakes, Kevin Hart, Will Smith, taking out for various reasons. Other reasons, known and unknown, and alleged and actually fact. But they're taking down the black men. It's like, Cosby got his, R. Kelly got his, and they're doing time behind bars. Hard time. Well, excuse me. Let me correct myself. Cosby did do time. They're trying to get him back in jail. He's trying to take his ass back to prison. But Kevin Hart, he's done nothing criminal. He's nothing. That will be in the military would be criminal. Adultery is general rule 134, or is it general order? I think it's general order 134. And the Uniform Code of Military Justice, adultery, where you can not have sex with anybody at any time, or you will be faced with possible, courts martial or some kind of prosecution or something like that. Your husband, your wife, they can go out, have flings, do whatever they want, have this, that, and the third, get pregnant, have kids on by some guy. That's all cool. That's all right. The guy, he could get another girl pregnant. So, that's what. Oh, here we go. Hallelujah. My deposit's coming in on Wednesday. That's all I'm gonna say. Chelsea with her glasses on is officially in the building. She says he was married to his first wife. That's what I thought. Tori Hart, because that was the one he had the jokes for. He said when Tori starts talking about in the third person, Tori's getting mad right now. Tori doesn't like what you're saying. So like that. Okay, so thank you, Chelsea, with their glasses on. I appreciate that. But he has cheated on his current second wife prior. It was so big, J. Cole made a song and video with Kevin Hart in it acknowledging his cheating. I didn't even get to the gambling part. This is something, like relationships and business at the same time. That's right. Yeah. Okay. J. Cole said the song is called Kevin's Heart. And Rick James saluting her. Yeah, that's facts. That's all facts on facts on facts. So true. So true. So factual. So real. Is he gonna fly solo now? I mean, this is what Mr. Troy Star Train says about bending the knee, asking for a hand in marriage, getting women flued out, all that goofy, dumb, backwards, unmanly stuff. I mean, I know there are millions of men that have taken a knee. My father, I'm sure, took a knee. But I'm not seeing that in my future either. There has to be a business deal. It has to be a business decision. We have to get this money together, and you have to extend your hand. You have to get on your knee, woman. I want to say something else, but I'm trying to keep it cool. It's Christmas time, It's holiday season. I'm not trying to say, any words. Trying to keep it, even little kids could watch this show. I don't know. Even though they said, is this YouTube asked, is this video for kids? And I'm like, no. But yeah, Kevin Hart's on wife number 2, and he's still doing the same things he was doing before. He's still doing the same exact mess. And gotta talk about the gambling. The gambling is part of the professional / personal life that he had. Hold on, let me interrupt. Chelsea with her glasses on says, I don't think this current wife will leave him. Ooh. The public was more outraged about the scandal than she was. I don't recall her making a statement regarding the fidelity. Yes, she knows that he's the breadwinner. He's coming in with millions. He's not coming in with 100,000 here and maybe 10,000 there and something like that. He's coming in with millions. If you got a movie career, if you've got your own podcast, he has his own broadcast that garners, I'm sure, hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions. He interviews people like Jay-Z, Chris Rock, stuff like that. She's like, you know what? Do your thing, baby. I'm gonna just sit back, count these millions. You can do what you want to do. Hey, get the stewardess, get the stewardess pregnant. I don't even care. I ain't even gonna call her flight attendant. Get the stewardess pregnant. I don't care. It's none of my business. I know what my business is. I know my role. I'm gonna play my role. I'm gonna see what's going on with my world. You go ahead though. I'm gonna take care of your kids too. You got kids by Tori. That's all right. That's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not mad. You got kids by Tori. I'm helping raise them. Little knee grabber, little ankle biters, little rugrats. They're probably grown by now. I think they're probably in their like teens or late teens, probably getting ready to graduate from high school. Now that I think of it, because it was a long time ago when he was talking about his kids. He was talking about his kids on his comedy album. But yeah, so she knows her role. But I want to talk about gambling. The gambling, he's a poker man, and I mean that in more ways than one. He'll poker. Did you see what I did there? But anyway, puns. Poker is his game, but it's not his name. Salute to Chelsea with her glasses on, continuing to drop jewels on me, continue to drop the money on me. So we got $20 raised and $140 to go. Let's get it. Yeah, so I'm trying to call. I don't want to say, oh, I can't call it. I can't call it. I'm supposed to call it. I'm the show host. I'll call it. I can call it. I'm saying there's an open season on Black Men. Because I think it's like a mind frame. Who else is in some mess? There's Will Smith. There's well, technically Chris Rock, kinda, sorta, but he had a divorce. He divorced a few, either last year or the year before. Chelsea said, I didn't know he had a I know what you mean, gambling problem. What was said about that again? Well, he said that he loses money. He can't pay his debts. He loves to play he loves the thrill of the kill, but can't can't lift the weight of the animal and put it on the truck. I'm using metaphors all over the place, but you know what I mean. Like he can't pay his debts. He has, and on top of that, for his staff, everybody in his staff got half checks or half deposits due to the fact that he, or either he or his business manager, or somebody within his camp, messed up the bag for everybody else. All his executives, his assistants, all his different people like that. Miesha, this woman that's coming out right now, is saying she was a former assistant. She's towering over him. She must be like 5'7", 5'8". He's like, I think 5'3", 5'4". I don't know how tall Kevin Hart is, but he's not. Of course, we know by now that he's not all that tall. But this is what she said. However, this is from the article. However, the bombshell claims didn't end there. Miesha claimed that Hart had a serious gambling problem and that, quote unquote, poker is his game. According to her, things once got so bad that Hart burned through his payroll and had to pay out half checks to his various employees. Despite the inflammatory nature of Miesha's comments, the veracity of her claims is yet to be determined. Furthermore, Hart has yet to release a statement about any of the allegations she put forth. So she spilled the wine. She spilled the wine all over the place. She took the bottle and just dumped it. She took the wine bottle and just dumped it. She didn't even take the glass and put a little bit of tea here, a little bit of tea here. She dumping the glass, the bottle. So Kevin Hart, could this possibly be another divorce? I doubt it. I think the woman he's with is going to be like, we getting too much money out here. Tori was like, oh, this is personal. This is against me. This is against my family. I got to get out of here. We're getting divorced. Boom. But this new chick, she seems like she's ready for the, whatever comes her way. Because she wants that payday. She knows that he's the golden boy. He's the golden child in Hollywood. He is a star maker. He's an absolute superstar. I think he maybe makes $5-10 million a picture. If I'm not off, he could be making 15 or 20 million a picture. But he's getting big checks. He's getting heavyweight. He's on the A-list. He's a black man on the A-list. Now, name how many black women are on the A-list. I can name one, maybe, and I can name two: Angela Bassett and Queen Latifah. Those are the only two that I can think of. Maybe, I really can't think. I wanted to say Nia Long so bad. I wanted to say Lauren London. I wanted to say Gabrielle Union. I wanted maybe Kerry Washington. Maybe those three: Kerry Washington, Angela Bassett, and Queen Latifah. 3 black women that are on the absolute A-list. And next, maybe Taraji P. Henson. Possibly. Those are the 4. Those 4 could possibly be on the black women A-list. It's messy, child. That's from the hater universe. That's not me. I'm going along with what he says. He says it's messy, child. It's a mess. It's terrible. It's a mess. So you have Kevin Hart out here slinging raw. You know what? Getting flight attendants impregnated. Allegedly. I don't even know if that's true, but it appears to this wine spilling that this happened. Oh, I got some retorts. Chelsea with her glasses on says, I just found an article from 2011 that said he blew his bet hosting or his BET hosting award check in Las Vegas. Exactly. See, Abdul Mateen, my main nigga. I need that donation, sir. Chelsea with the glasses on is he's beating y'all, both of y'all. Salute. I need something at least $5. I need at least $10. Chelsea with the glasses on, send in $20. I need at least $10 from you. I'll read your post. Hold on. Abdul Mateen says Angela Bassett ain't no A-list. Taraji definitely ain't on the list. She was just crying on the podcast. Hey, I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt. Angela Bassett was the highest paid she's the highest paid actress, period, on a show. She was on 911. She was the highest paid actress on TV, period. That's no cap. That's no cap. Queen Latifah, she had a top slot in a primetime show on a network television show. Same thing with Angela Bassett. Taraji P. Henson, she knows how to negotiate her checks. For the movie that came out, I think in 2008, Benjamin Button, she was supposed to get $50,000. They tried to give her $75,000, and then they finally settled for $150,000. So she knows what she's doing with how to negotiate. So I gave her that credit. I gave her that much. So I'm waiting on a 10-piece from Abdul. at least a 10-piece. If you can do 20 and 50 or 100, that would help out too. But at least a 10-piece. That's all I'm asking. Nothing less than 10. But yeah, so Kevin Hart, yeah, he's another black man on his way down. Diddy, Will Smith, Chris Rock. I'm just trying to TD Jakes. Is this all the walls are crumbling down? The walls are crumbling down. And it's the weirdest thing is because they didn't think. Abdul Mateen saying, ain't saying you a gold digger. Well, hey, I'm a definite gold digger. I'm a platinum digger. I'm a diamond digger. I'm a diamond digger nigga. So, that's all I'm asking for. Just giving you what, is the value for value. I'm giving you my research, the videos I watch, the articles I read, all of that, and my stories. I give you my stories sometimes, my written stories, and I give you my oral stories. Pause. I'll give you those stories as well. I'm about to do that in a minute. Tyler Perry, possibly. Yes. Chelsea with the glasses on. Yeah. After seeing Maxine's Baby, I'm looking at him a little differently. I'm like, I respect his hustle. He had some real funny, plays and movies and stuff like that. And he has built up an empire. But where's he going? What's going on with him? I don't know what's happening with him. I don't really. It's a goofy way, that he's acting right now. Possibly Tyler Perry, yeah. But Kevin Hart, I gotta stick with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, he's doing it to himself. He did everything that he's done is all on himself. The alleged cheating, the alleged bad breaks on the bets, the all of that put together, puts a dark light or a dark a shadow on his whole. He has an empire. Kevin Hart Productions. Was it Heartbeat Productions or something like that? Now he's employing all these people, and they got half deposits. How you gonna get a half deposit? They gotta pay their rent. They gotta pay their gas money. They gotta pay their. They gotta charge up their. They gotta charge up. Their Teslas. You know what I mean? They gotta do all that. Chelsea with the Glasgow says, yes, he does. Yes. Abdul Mateen says, Kevin Hart is from Erie Ave. What do you expect? Hey, I don't know about the Philly streets. I don't even know about Wilmington streets like that. But I'm sure he has come through Wilmington before. I'm sure he has. He's probably got family in Wilmington. Delaware, I'm talking about, not North Carolina. Or I think there's a Wilmington, Ohio, too. But yeah, North Philly. He's one of them North Philly cats. That's a different breed. Those are different breeds of Philly niggas. They have a different aspect on life that is distinct from South Philly niggas, West Philly niggas. And I don't even think is there an East Philly? I don't think there's really an East Philly. I know there's West, South, and North. I don't know if there's an East Philly. Let me know. Let me know if there's an East Philly, because that sounds weird. I know there's Southwest and North. But yeah, those North Philly niggas, they move differently. That's all I can say. They move very differently. And that's the thing with New York, Philly, and Wilmington, Delaware. New York City is the big sister, right? New York City is the big sister, and then the smaller sister is Philly, and then the little baby is Delaware. Because we all have the same, fashion sense and the same mentalities, same kind of mind frames that I know of. Ask me. Oh, Abdul Mateen says, "Ask me. He's been behaving well. No East. That's what I was saying. I was like, there's no such thing as an East Philly. I was right. I didn't even look it up. Pat myself on the back. I didn't even look that up. I just knew there ain't no East Philly. That sounds weird. I know there's South, West, and North. I know that for facts. Just like there's no East Chicago. There's North Chicago, West Chicago, and South Side. There's West Side, North Side, and South Side. So it's the same with Philly. Same kind of idea. All right, but he moves differently. He's got an impulsive thing. I think Kevin Hart just acts off of impulse. Like, oh, let me see if that chick is over there. Let me see what I can do with her. Oh, let me go get on this poker table and see what I can do with it. Let me see what I can. Oh my God, I got her pregnant allegedly. Oh my God, I blew my whole check. I blew my whole deposit on this game, on this table. What am I going to do? I got to give my employees half of their deposits. Now, he's got assistants. He's got different people that are manicurists, I'm sure, keeping his nails together. He's probably got a hairstylist, a barber, all kinds of things going on, and they're getting half a check, half a deposit. Are you kidding me? After all the work they put in, and they got kids to feed. They got little mouths that are hungry, and you gonna give them a half a check because you blew it all on the table? Are you kidding? Seriously? Come on now. I'm not even gonna get in for anything, to hype him up. I want him to have a good career though. I want him to have a good marriage. I really do. I really want that for Kevin Hart. He's a good dude from what I can see on entertainment level. I never met him. I don't know anything about him personally, but he seems like he's a relatively good dude, that you could probably hang out with, have a beer with, chop it up with. He seems like that kind of guy, but that's just on a very limited framework, a limited scope of seeing somebody. You can get to know them basically through their actions and what they say and how they conduct themselves, but it's hard when you don't have the facts. It's like, remember, if anybody else remembers when, I don't remember what the year was, but there was one year he was supposed to host the Oscars, and like I said earlier, he couldn't host the Oscars because what? The LGBTQ people, they got in. You can't say that. He was saying, I think he said, a few maggots, but with the F on the front. He dropped, the word maggot or mag, and it was in a couple posts. And this is when it was on Twitter and not on X. This is way before somebody's time. When back in the day, they used to call it Twitter. Yeah, what's it called? X now? Oh boy, what? You just got to add on two more X's, and you got a site that you don't want to see. Something like that. Kevin Hart. It seems like he's going down in flames. If this comes to light anymore, I mean, it's going to be more so on the people that support him, more so than the woman that's going to be, oh, stand by your man. It's going to be more of that, because she's going to stand by him because she knows those deposits are going to be coming in. He's down with Chase. He's down with hold on, I have to look it up because I want to make sure I have it right. He's got Chase. He's got, speaking of betting, he's on DraftKings. He's in DraftKings commercials. He does promos for DraftKings, for damn shame. Is he caught up, so far that he can't even, enjoy his DraftKings deposits? I don't know. Only time will tell. Only we will see. All right, I'm gonna try to transition this into from one, nigga, a young nigger, to a man that boosted my Christmas spirit, and it's gonna be in a weird way. He said he was walking down this. I was just with my dad. My dad's a minister, right? And I was only half hearing what he was saying. I know he was just cussing in the wind, like most people that are either they call them homeless, but it's more than just homeless. It's like just indigent. Let's say indigent, or people that are without means, without possibilities. Um, so we we're getting up to the Walgreens, right? We're going up to the Walgreens, and he's like, "Oh, you niggers, what your fly clothes?" Because my dad's wearing a expensive sweater and a full length coat, and he's got the hat on like I have it on. And we're just walking into the Walgreens. He's like, "Must be good, you niggers are wearing dress clothes," or something. He said something like that. My dad was saying. I was like, "Wow, thank you very much." I was elated. I was like, "Damn, I must be doing something right. I'm not on his side. I'm not pushing a cart in a shopping complex, not to buy groceries, but because my belongings are in here. My entire life is in here. We have to be grateful for these hateful moments. Be grateful for the hateful. That should be a trademark. Be grateful for the hateful, because that's beautiful. It's a beautiful remark that he said. You niggers must be doing something. You're wearing those fancy clothes or something. I was just like, really? I had to ask my dad, what did he say? I was like, I didn't even catch all he said. I was listening to who else? Mr. Troy Star Terrain from his broadcast from Friday. And I'm just listening to him. I'm like, what the hell? God damn. I didn't say this because my dad's minister and I don't want to upset him. And I'm just thinking in my head, like, God damn, I must be doing something right. This old white man, what and what the late great Paul Mooney would say, what a waste of white flesh. But then he would say like how niggers too. It's niggers and white people mainly. White people and niggers are the predominant, There's a few nowadays. It wasn't like this always in the past, but nowadays there's black and white people on the corner. Oh, God bless. Anything helps. Anything helps. God bless. Please help. It's Christmas time. They have a car. You'll miss your turn. You're trying to read it. Disabled vet can't get on anything. Well, go to a VAMC. Go to a Veterans Medical Center. They'll help your ass out. They help my ass out. I'm getting 100% tax free with Social Security. The only tax I pay is Medicare. And this is all, I'm not snitching on myself. This is all public record. You can look it up right now. Look up how much a person with 100% disability makes in a year. We just got a bonus, actually. We just got a bonus. So it's lovely. It's gravy. It's great. I'm loving it. I'm smothering myself in it. But no, that white man definitely motivated me. I was like, I got to do a show now. I got to do a show. I just looked up, what news is going on. Kevin Hart. I was like, oh, okay. He's still getting DraftKings and Chase checks. I'm sure, and he's still doing movies. He's probably got a movie coming out, and he's on tour with Chris Rock that I know of. But yeah, so this white man, this nigger, he was a nigger. He was the nigger. He can talk about my dad. My dad is not a nigger. I'm a nigger sometimes, but for the most part, I'm a nigger. So he got one or two right. He got half of us down right. But it just motivated me. It just stuck in, and I kept on going. I went to the store and bought the things he couldn't afford. He wouldn't have been able to afford them. Something when you're a baby, and you go through, adolescence, you go through your teenage years, you go through adult years, something happens or something didn't happen or something, went left, something, I don't know what the deal is, but something didn't go right, didn't go your way. And you now have to deal with that. You have to deal with that reality. Why it's, what was it, like 43 degrees out, 39 degrees? And he's, pushing a cart with his whole life in it, not groceries. I mean, it's like, it's disgusting. It's disgusting how we aren't a free society. If we were a free society, there'd be very little. I would say there may be still, because Ayn Rand was very optimistic. When Phil Donahue asked her, what about the despots, the dictators, all of them? What would there be if there was I'm paraphrasing, but what would it be like if all these people were, if there was selfishness and across the land, across the board? She said there would be none. She said simply, there would be none. And I would have to disagree with her. I respectfully. I have to disagree with Ayn Rand. Virtually like 99.9% of the things she said were actually, on point, and I agree with wholeheartedly. But I would disagree. I think there would still be like a whack-a-mole. Dictators pop up. One, you hit one dictator, another one pops up, you hit another dictator. It would have to be on such a level. Objectivism and objective thinking and rational thought and objective hate would have to be on such a level that people would have to adhere to it and have to acknowledge it and know that these things were in fact agreed upon. All of this has to be agreed upon. You have to agree that you're going to be an objectivist, that you're going to be virtuous and true and integral and honest. So, I mean, but I was going back to my main point. A free society. We do not live in a free country. A lot of people say this. It's a classic phrase in America. Oh, it's a free country. It's a free country. We live in a free country. No, we don't. We have too many regulations, too many controls, too many taxes, but especially regulations and controls that inhibit us and prohibit us from being completely and totally free. That's factual. So you have, all these businesses that have to get licenses, they have to get, various tools and different things of that nature. You have to get, so many different like license. You have to go for a license. You have to pay for it. They make you pay for a license. They make you pay for everything that goes on. You have to make sure that you cross your I's and dot your T's, or they'll send it right back, and you have to do the whole thing over again. That's how wicked it all is. And what do you do? We just go about our business. Sadly, I think it's a survival thing. It's a self-preservation thing, which is I agree with. I'm for selfishness. But maybe one day we can have some kind of time where it was like, I remember there was a blackout of internet sites. They were going to have some kind of net neutrality thing in place, and all the sites went dark. You saw every site that Twitter at the time, X, Twitter at the time, Facebook, Wikipedia. They all went dark because they were protesting government oversight. Or government, overbearing. You have to respect that. You have to respect that. You have to respect that reality. So, going back to my main point, I'm encircling, but there'll be scant amount of homeless, quote unquote, or indigent or transient people. There wouldn't be that many. There wouldn't be many. I mean, there would still be some. I think there still would be. But it wouldn't be as much of a problem where there's 75,000 people in Los Angeles at a time that are homeless, that are in Tent City on Skid Row. Wonder what the Skid stands for. Could you imagine? I got 10 likes and 3 people viewing. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Every like counts. Everything counts. I got 4 people in here. I salute all of you. Thank you. But yeah, so this one guy, I swear, he made my Sunday. He made my Christmas. I already told you about seeing my brother. That was great. That was wonderful. But a bountiful soul. I always say beautiful. A bountiful soul. I get like Rick James. A bount. Hold on. Hey. Oh my God. Salute. Need a 10-piece. Hey. Richard, I'm sending a text to Bountiful Soul. Chelsea with her glasses on dropped $20 on me. I'm asking just for a 10-piece at least. If you want to do 20, 50, 100, or anywhere in between, of course, it's not just the cash amounts. You can do $30. You can do $15. You can do $45. Whatever is good for you, Bountiful Soul, I'm with it. Salute to you. We're welcome here. It's a safe space. Come on in. The food is warm and the drinks are cold. But no, if you don't have it, hey, that's cool. But if you do, I would much appreciate it. I would much appreciate it. Definitely. So again, this wild white man, maybe he was a prophet. Maybe he was like a deep thinker in another time. He was a philosopher. But now he's a bum. I don't know. I can't call it. I may be giving him too much credit. I'm probably giving him way too much credit. In fact, I definitely know I'm giving him too much credit. He wouldn't be in Walgreens shopping parking lot and shouting expletives on a Sunday morning, to two men of color who are of good standing. He wouldn't do that. Something went wrong. Something seriously went wrong. He had a different issue. And that's what I want to talk about too. Alcoholics and drug addicts. Why? What is it? I never understood it. I've drank alcohol. I've never done any marijuana, cocaine, heroin, anything like that. Percocets, Xannies. I got enough drugs already that I'm taking that keep my mind focused. Drug dealers and alcoholics. Is it a cover for something? It's poisoning you. I heard a doctor say alcohol is poison. I looked it up online. He said, why you throw up on an empty stomach? Well, the lining of your gastronomical tract is all lined with different cells, and they react to the alcohol, which is a poison, which is a toxin, and that's why you throw up on an empty stomach. So that's what gets me. Why I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, but I just like to understand. You've seen other people go down. What is it in your head that says, you know what? It's not going to be me. I'm not going to get a DUI again. I'm not going to go to jail again. I'm not going to have to go through this counseling program. I'm not going to have a device in my vehicle that I have to blow in and see if I have a blood alcohol content level. I'm not going to do that. And people that snort cocaine, people that shoot up heroin, people that do mescaline, people that do quaaludes. It's all escaping from reality. It's all an escape from truth and what's right. I just wonder, because I've been around. I respect people. I was in the VA system. They call it the DOMS. It's like a dormitory for veterans, basically. But of course, you can't have drugs or alcohol. And I've noticed. I noticed on many occasions the people that I ran into. They're either in AA or NA, Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous. And they had. I remember one man. He said, "Never do crack cocaine." I was like, "Gotcha, sure thing." That's what I'm glad, we're moving towards very slowly at a very slow pace, legalizing drugs. Legalizing them. Before that will probably become prostitution, because prostitution is legalized in places like Nevada. But for drugs, it's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle. It's going to be a little tougher, because people get knocked for years. Okay, football numbers, 10, 20, 30, 40, 60 life for doing, for selling or, possession, wherever the case may be. That's sick. That's a sign of poor governance. People who just want to get high should get high. People who just want to sell and get money should be able to sell and get money, tax free. Maybe the buyer should, pay a tax. It should be a tax on consumption. But beyond that, there should be, no taxes on it, and it should be completely free. You should be able to sell opioids, all kinds of crack, coke, heroin, mescaline, quaaludes, all of that. Every bit of it should be able to be sold. Should be up for sale. Maybe that man, he might have been, out of his mind. He might have been high on crank. I don't know. He could have been on, heroin. He could have been on crack. I don't know. Allegedly. I don't even know. But it just warmed my spirit. It really did. It really warmed me. It made me, I just cracked a smile. I was like, yeah, still got it. Still can recognize the hate. And my dad was just like, I just had to pray for him. He's a minister. What are you going to do? He's going to pray. But I didn't pray. All I did was just think, damn, I'm just getting my Walgreens groceries, and I'm going to keep it moving. I don't have to take, somebody else's words and be offended by them. Definitely wasn't offended. I was motivated, if anything. Continue to get this money. Continue to shine. Continue to get this grind on. Continue to do this. Keep this up. Continue. The man, he didn't have any clue as how powerful and impactful his words would be. He didn't know. And this is not, too different from yesterday. I'm in Walmart. I'm headed in Walmart, and this woman's like, "What the F? You need to F and come over here." Little kids are around. The Salvation Army guys ringing his bell. People just looking around like, she must be on some good stuff. She must be on something heavy. Be cussing out like that in public, and little kids are watching, and the Salvation Army guys ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. And that was the second outburst I seen from a white trash. She might have had a few dollars left. She had her cell phone. She was, talking into her cell phone. She must have a plan or some kind of, situation where she has money, more so than today's incident, I'm sure. He was just yelling into the wind. He wasn't even directing it at us. He was just yelling it straight into the wind, like it was cool. He didn't even direct his ire towards us, my dad and myself. He just showed himself to be a complete fool and an ass and an inspiration. I don't know how you can be all those things, but you can be with him. He showed himself to be that. He showed himself to be just like that. He presented himself to be, less than a human being. He presented himself to be subhuman. And like I said, the late great Paul Mooney, white people and black people, lazy. Well, 30 years ago when he said this joke, just lazy black people and white folk. Chinese man. He used to say, some people say, the Chinaman. I say yellow man. yellow men. He's one of the yellow men. He could take a bowl of rice and turn it into a restaurant. Facts. Indian, red man, red dot. I don't think the men wear the red dots, but I could be confused too. But they can own a gas station or a liquor store. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Same thing with the yellow man, Korean, Japanese, different things like that. Brown people, pedal pushers, risking their lives, going in between cars. They don't know if somebody's gonna be speeding down the highway. They're pushing pedals. They're moving flowers, literally. They're working. Okay, that's the brown man. So the brown man, the red man, and the yellow man, they're not lazy and broke and stupid like the white man and the black man. White man and the black man are lazy up until now. I think there's like brown and red and maybe yellow that are asking for donation, handouts, not even putting in work for a donation, just asking for handouts. We're out of gas. We need money. We need baby formula. Oh my God. You got the baby out there shivering under a blanket. Especially with the Christians. The Christians will be like, oh my word. Oh, we have to help them. In Jesus' name. But I like the idea, when people say, can I borrow $1? It's like, or do you have $1? Yeah, I got $1 and some cents to go with it. That's the mentality that you have to have. Because a lot of these people are scamming too. You have to realize that. Some people have very clean, they might have done their whole research, and done their homework. And said, like, I can't have clean undersoles. The soles of your feet can't be clean. That's the thing. A lot of people make dirty rundown sneakers and with the laces bursting out, and you can wear $500 jeans that are distressed, and that could be one thing. But you have to have dirty knees, I guess, and dirt all over your jeans to show that you're at least indigent or something like that. But he inspired me and motivated me. He inspired me to be great for the coming year, to be even better, to get more money. He motivated me to do this specific show tonight, today, wherever you are, when you watch it. And it just it's a special moment. It's a special time. It really is helpful, when you look at it, all how it is. It's very wonderful. I thought his words were great. Like, anybody else would say, "Oh, those are horrible words. How could he must have hurt your feelings?" Didn't hurt my feelings in the slightest. It motivated me. I have to thank Mr. Troy Star Terrain. Objective hate is alive and well and real. You have to have hate. Everybody's hateful. Every human being on this planet hates something or will hate something if they're not a baby. Babies, aren't capable of cognition. By the time they hit 3, 4, 5, then the hatred starts building. 5, 6, 7, you're pretty much at the age of reason. You're definitely, hateful in some aspect or another. But he helped me. He helped me out today. He lit a fire under my behind. I'm really trying not to cuss. I'm really not trying to cuss. He lit a fire under me. He said, "Damn, you niggers got on those nice clothes. You must be doing something." I don't know what the words were. My daddy repeated it. He said something about niggers and nice clothes. That's what I remember. He said niggers and nice clothes. My dad had to pray for him. He's a minister. What are you gonna do? Well, I can't fault him for that. I can go against prayer, and I know there's no point in it, but to slow my dad's roll, that'd be wrong. That'd be wrong to do. So that was one of the best experiences I've had in shopping experiences I had in a while. There used to be this one experience. There was one lady when self-checkout first came out, it first rolled out, it was like 20 years ago. We were at Pathmark in Newark, Delaware. My dad and I, we were usually together. This is after when he picked me up from school. And the woman was the machine asked, "Do you have any coupons?" She said, "I ain't got no goddamn coupons." Like she was talking to the machine, like the machine was gonna respond, "Well, I don't really care if you don't have any goddamn coupons. I was just asking if you had any." Like she was expecting that. Like it seemed the way that she answered the machine that was talking to her, it seemed that she was gonna, apparently get to it. It was an old black lady. She must have been in her 60s or 70s. She's like, "I ain't got no goddamn coupons." I was just like, all right. But yeah, so are they now getting rid of self-checkout? I heard that like while some stores are just, embedding them, other stores are, taking them out or reducing the number of them anyway. But I digress. Like I said, whoever that man was, salute. I salute him. Salute to that man. I need that. You need hate. You need hate. Hate is fuel. Hatred can be a beautiful thing once you realize what it can be used as. It can be used as fuel, a tool, anything that is worthy and can make your life prosper if you use it right. It's just like anything. It's just like fire. It's just like a loaded 357 on a Friday night. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. It's how you use it. You never blame the tool. You always blame the mind, the person behind whatever tool is being used. That's just the facts. So I definitely recognize that man. You niggas wearing, dressy clothes or whatever the hell he said. My dad was just like, I just prayed for him. My dad, he's a minister. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Oh, yeah, I pray for him, and hopefully he have a happy, jolly, Merry Christmas. Have a holly jolly Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That's what my dad was probably thinking. But I'm thinking, hey, let him have a happy and holly jolly Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let him. I hope he does. He'll probably be in the same position. He'll probably be, going bumming people for money to go to the liquor store to get drunk. That's the thing I never understood. Let's go back to the AA and the NA. It's like you get drunk to feel better, right? So you're not always going to feel better. You're not always going to be in the state. Dr. Leonard Peikoff of the Ayn Rand Institute said, "Life is an ongoing orgasm. It's not. I might have misphrased him, but it's not an everlasting or continuous. I think he might have said continuous orgasm. There's going to be some troughs. There's going to be some peaks. There's going to be some valleys. There's going to be some mountains. You just have to weather all of that and come out on top despite whatever conditions that you are facing." So I say I don't pray for that man. I don't wish for that man. But I just thank that man, whoever he was, that waste of white flesh. That said, "Niggers wearing dressy clothes. You must be doing something right." I think that's what he said. I think that's exactly what he said. I only half heard him yelling. He was just yelling out into the street. He didn't say, step in our face or, say anything like that. He was just going across the pathway of the parking lot. He just said, "You niggas wearing those fancy clothes, something must be right or something." I was just like, God damn. I was like, damn, that's really inspirational. That's motivational. I appreciate that. I thank that person. Thank him so much. I appreciate all that happened. So, hey, I gotta wrap it up. I got writing to do. I got some work to be done. So I'd like to thank Rick James, who was here earlier. Kevin, what was his name? Abdul Mateen, Bountiful Soul, and of course, Miss Chelsea with her glasses on. I appreciate that 20 piece. I really do, sincerely. Thank you all. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will definitely see you Tuesday. There's a good chance I will see you tomorrow, though, because I'm not going to be opening gifts or anything like that. Might be later, though. Salute to you, Chelsea. I appreciate it. So thank you very much. And like I said, if I don't see you, Merry Christmas. I might have an extended show on Christmas or maybe sometime during the week, like 3 or 4 hours again. I did 3 hours. That was special. I like that. It was motivating. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you again, Chelsea. I will see you soon. Take care.